Keanu Reeves refused to sell his soul to Hollywood. Keanu Reeves stands out from other celebrities as his most relatable and down-to-earth moments garner the most attention. Unlike others, whose controversies and dramatic outbursts make headlines, Keanu's humility and normalcy have captivated the public. A 2011 video with 16 million views showcases this, where a woman accidentally backs her car into Keanu's motorcycle while he's inside a building. He handles the situation with ease, chatting with the police and the woman, and then drives off. Another video from 2021 with 8.3 million views features Keanu talking to fans about his motorcycle, and they respectfully keep their distance while he engages with them. In a 2015 video with 7.7 million views, Keanu is seen hurrying through an airport, stopping to take photos with fans, and flying commercial without bodyguards despite being worth $350 million. Joe Rogan has praised Keanu for his humility, saying, "That guy sits on the subway by himself. There's no obvious outward displays of wealth from him, and he's insanely wealthy. When you see him, he's dressed like me. He's got like a regular watch on. Sneakers. He's normal as a man. It's real weird." Some might find it strange that Keanu is praised for basic human decency, but given Hollywood's low expectations, it's refreshing to see. Understanding Keanu's tough upbringing and generous acts, like giving away millions from his Matrix earnings to the special effects team, reveals why he's earned the title of nicest man in Hollywood. Samuel Reeves, Keanu's father, battled drug addiction, was frequently incarcerated for his involvement with heroin, and left his family when Keanu was only 3. As a result, his mother, Patricia, ended up taking care of her 2 kids on her own while working relentlessly as a costume designer. Throughout Keanu's childhood, Patricia went through marriage and divorce with 4 different partners. Keanu's sister vividly recalls the significant influence their mother's partners had on their young lives, stating, "How we lived our lives depended on the man of the moment." Although there were multiple father figures in their lives, the children often felt neglected. Kim recalls, "We never had anyone to play with us, to watch me riding horses or Keanu playing hockey." Boys who grow up without a consistent paternal presence are at risk of becoming more aggressive, melancholic, and inclined to perpetuate the pattern of abandonment. Keanu's life trajectory seemed bleak from the start. A persistent somberness surrounded him, one that was even perceived by his educators. His academic journey was erratic, marked by attending numerous high schools over a period of 5 years, including one that expelled him for his unruly nature. Keanu perceived that he was disruptive, commenting, "I was just getting in their way, I guess." He experienced a profound sense of alienation. This sense of being an outsider did not fade when he reached Hollywood. In the 1980s, his agents criticized his name as too ethnic, and Reeves, although irritated, considered their advice and experimented with the name Casey, or Casey Reeves. The trial was brief. Each time he was called Casey at auditions, he wouldn't react. While most wouldn't think to alter their name, Keanu was willing to try. Ultimately, he reverted to his original name, which bore no detriment to his career. Keanu Reeves's early roles as a teen idol laid the groundwork for his nice guy reputation, attracting a female fanbase. His early works included TV movies and film debuts in Young Blood and Flying. However, it was his encounter with casting director Carrie Fraser that altered his trajectory. She saw his star quality and cast him in The Night Before and Permanent Record. His breakthrough came in 1989 with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which brought in $40 million on a $10 million budget. Director Stephen Herrick felt Keanu was perfect for the role, capturing the lovable goofiness of Ted Logan. In 1991, Keanu Reeves's kindness impacted River Phoenix's career. Director Gus Van Sant struggled to cast the leads for My Own Private Idaho. Keanu hand-delivered the script to River in Florida, riding his motorcycle 1,300 miles from Canada. River was initially hesitant, but eventually accepted the role of Mike, a drug-addicted hustler. River received widespread acclaim, winning several awards while Keanu's performance was overlooked. Tragically, River died in 1993 at 23 due to a drug overdose. Keanu has kept their friendship private, but River's death still affects him deeply even 30 years later. Keanu Reeves made a significant financial sacrifice during The Devil's Advocate production, giving up his earnings. Initially, Al Pacino was offered the role of John Milton, but declined 3 times, citing the character's stereotypical traits. He suggested Robert Redford and Sean Connery instead, showcasing Keanu's humility and dedication to the project. If you like this video, please leave a number 9 in the comments below. It's reported that Keanu Reeves accepted a significant reduction in his salary, worth millions, enabling the production crew to accommodate Al Pacino's fee requirements. This act of generosity didn't directly benefit Keanu. Despite this, the movie went on to earn over $61 million in the box office, with Al Pacino's acting receiving widespread acclaim as one of the movie's standout elements. This wasn't the only occasion Keanu made such a financial sacrifice. 3 years later, he is said to have reduced his salary by 90% to ensure he could appear with Gene Hackman in The Replacements. Regardless of Keanu's kindness, public opinion on his acting skills was mixed. At the time, despite being in his most financially successful film, he was often viewed as the least impressive actor on set. Keanu Reeves played Jonathan Harker in the successful gothic horror film Dracula, 1992, which earned $82 million worldwide. Despite the film's success, Keanu's performance received criticism, with some reviewers panning his casting. His performance was even listed as one of 50 performances that ruined movies by Total Film in 2011. Keanu Reeves' English accent in Dracula is often cited as one of the worst in cinema history. He was also met with skepticism for his role in Much Ado About Nothing, 1993, earning a Worst Supporting Actor nomination at the Golden Raspberry Awards. His accent and casting were heavily criticized in both films. Following a couple of underwhelming dramas, Keanu's career seemed to be faltering. However, a substantial opportunity was on the horizon with Speed, an action film centered on a bus set to explode if its speed goes below 50 miles per hour. While searching for someone to play Officer Jack Traven in 1993, a range of actors including Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson were considered, but Keanu was the final choice. He made considerable sacrifices for the film. Director Jan de Bont wanted the character to have short hair, so Keanu shaved his head. This decision upset the studio executives, who then insisted he wear a wig. However, they eventually deferred to the director's vision. De Bont had another concern. He didn't think Reeves looked muscular enough, commenting, "The thing with Keanu is that he looks very boyish. I didn't want him to be like a kid," while Keanu famously enjoys maintaining a youthful spirit. Committing to the director's vision, Reeves dedicated 2 months to bulking up and conditioning his physique for the role. Though initially anxious, he eventually became enthused by the rush of the intense training. Speed marked Keanu's second foray into action movies, and the exhaustive preparation proved to be well worth the effort. The summer blockbuster of 1994, Speed erupted in the box office, generating $350 million from a $30 million investment, securing its spot as the 5th highest grossing movie of the year and clinching 2 Oscars. Another testament to Keanu's indifference to wealth was his refusal of a $12 million bid to lead Speed 2 Cruise Control, despite the predecessor's immense success, marking a high point in his career. His decision wasn't a reflection on the team behind the sequel. He simply followed his gut, a familiar sentiment when something doesn't quite resonate. Consequently, Keanu found himself shunned by 20th Century Fox for 10 years. Self-sacrifice was tolerable in Hollywood, but when it hampers profit-making, execs are quick to retaliate. This blacklist, however, did little to stall Keanu's ascent to international fame, as his forthcoming movie was set to cement his career. The Matrix painted a grim vision of the future, with mankind unknowingly ensnared in a digital illusion crafted by sentient machines, using human bodies for energy. Keanu wasn't the studio's initial choice. Will Smith passed, skeptical of the film's grand scale. Nicolas Cage declined due to extended filming in Australia. Brad Pitt opted instead for Fight Club. Sandra Bullock sidestepped as she felt the role suited a male, and Johnny Depp also bowed out. This left Keanu, who felt fortunate to be considered at all. Head of the shoot, Keanu engaged in months of rigorous martial arts training, a challenge compounded by a serious spinal issue. Facing a bulging disc, he underwent a spinal fusion surgery with a neck plate inserted. He hid these facts, training in a neck brace to ensure his participation in The Matrix Upon its release, the film garnered widespread critical acclaim, lauded for its groundbreaking visuals, kinetic action scenes, inventive cinematography, and sheer entertainment value. It was a box office titan, amassing over $460 million against its $63 million budget, crowning itself as Warner Brothers' top film of 1999 and the fourth highest-grossing movie of the year. Keanu's paycheck from The Matrix tallied $14 million up front, which later swelled by an additional $49 million due to the film's box office triumph. With The Matrix, Keanu was no longer just another successful actor. His role in this iconic film launched him into the realm of legend. Amidst the zenith of his professional success, Keanu's personal life was struck with heartbreaking events. Following his earlier life challenges, such as his father's departure and the loss of his close companion, he encountered profound sorrow on the brink of the new millennium. He and his partner, Jennifer Syme, were anticipating the arrival of their daughter. Devastatingly, they suffered the loss of their stillborn child 8 months into the pregnancy, a tragic discovery made on Christmas Eve in 1999. Struggling with the aftermath and depression from their tragic loss, Keanu and Jennifer's relationship couldn't endure, although they continued a close friendship. They were contemplating reconciliation, but fate delivered another cruel blow when Jennifer perished in a car crash in 2001, a mere day following a meeting with Keanu. Despite the enormity of his personal losses, Keanu channeled his sorrow into benevolence. He founded a cancer charity, which he kept out of the public eye, actively contributing to children's hospitals and cancer research. He disclosed his philanthropic efforts in 2009 after silently operating the foundation for about 6 years. Keanu avoided the limelight for his charitable work, eschewing the self-promotion often seen when celebrities engage in philanthropy. His generosity is also well known among his colleagues. On the set of The Matrix Reloaded, Keanu expressed his gratitude to the stunt crew who participated in the intricate fight against Agent Smith's clones by gifting each of them a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. His giving nature didn't end there. He also presented the stunt team of John Wick Chapter 4 Inches with personalized Rolex Submariner watches, valued at approximately $10,000 apiece, in recognition of their dedication and hard work. Indeed, Keanu also looked after the stunt team of Matrix Resurrection, gifting them an all-inclusive trip to the film's premiere as a gesture of gratitude. Everything was taken care of by Reeves: the private jet journey, hotel stays, premiere passes, and he organized an exclusive brunch following the premiere, among other considerate gestures. Stories circulated across the press suggesting that Keanu had donated $31.5 million, or 70% of his earnings from the Matrix franchise, to cancer research, but those reports were incorrect. Keanu's publicist clarified that the actor did not give away a huge portion of his salary to charity. Nevertheless, the myth proliferated online since the narrative of Keanu's generosity resonates strongly with his public persona and is quite believable. If you like this video, please leave a number 9 in the comments below. Amongst the many actions that have earned him acclaim, one of the simplest acts brought Keanu widespread attention and praise. In 2000, footage of Keanu on a New York City subway went viral. He offered his seat to a woman with a large bag upon noticing her need. The woman accepted, and Keanu stood up to let her sit. The video has since amassed over 42 million views. Keanu using public transport and giving up his seat made him relatable and admirable in the eyes of many. Images of him carefully avoiding physical contact with women in photos also went viral, earning him the nickname Respectful King, as he conscientiously hovers his hand just above their backs. When it comes to celebrity news, controversies often draw the most attention, but with Keanu, it's his acts of compassion that captivate the public. Be it him giving to the homeless, spending time talking to them, indulging in playful moments with puppies, showcasing a stuffed toy around China, or sharing heartfelt insights like the answer to the question, "What do you think happens when we die?" Keanu Reeves: "I know that the ones who love us will miss us." Keanu has borne profound personal loss alongside significant professional triumphs, yet he has chosen to approach life with empathy and modesty rather than succumbing to ego or vanity. Unlike many who chase celebrity at all costs, Keanu leverages his fame and wealth for altruistic purposes. Although some may argue that his simplest kind deeds are overemphasized, Keanu Reeves consistently demonstrates that his exceptional nature isn't confined to Hollywood standards. He stands out as a genuinely remarkable human being. Keanu Reeves, whether you've known him as the cool-headed negotiator in Speed, the thought-provoking Neo in The Matrix, or the enigmatic hitman in John Wick, is more than just a screen icon with memorable roles. Behind the scenes, he's a paragon of humility and generosity, shaping his fame and wealth into tools for giving back rather than simply living the high life. From offering his subway seat to silently funding cancer research, his kind-hearted gestures resonate deeply with fans around the world. Yet, what truly distinguishes Keanu is how he embodies a rare blend of celebrity and everyman, keeping his personal struggles private and his acts of kindness discreet. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Are you moved by Keanu Reeves' actions off-screen as much as his on-screen performances? Have you experienced or witnessed similar selfless acts that have inspired you? Share your thoughts, stories, and if you feel inspired by Keanu's example of kindness, drop a K in the comments to show your appreciation for this outstanding individual. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Iconic for more content that dives deep into the lives of those who leave a mark both on and off the camera. Let's keep the conversation going about the impact one person can make. Bruce Lee's daughter reveals the awful truth about him.
It gives you this sense of, internal strength, I think, which is like the most amazing part of it. More than the external strength, it's the internal strength.
Get ready to have your mind blown. Today we're diving into a revelation that will turn everything you thought you knew about Bruce Lee on its head. His daughter, Shannon Lee, is breaking her silence. And what she's revealing will shock you to the core. Was Bruce Lee the martial arts superhero we all admired? Or is there a hidden side to his story that's been kept in the shadows? From secret battles to untold stories, Shannon is opening up about the real Bruce Lee. You thought you knew him, but you had no idea. Buckle up, because we're about to uncover the awful truth about Bruce Lee as told by the one person who knew him best. This is one video you cannot afford to miss. Before we delve into the specifics, let's explore the background that shaped his actions. Bruce Lee was born as Lee Jun-fan in 1940 in San Francisco, California, during his parents' tour of the US with a Cantonese opera company. His father, Lee Hoi-chuan, was a renowned opera singer and actor in Hong Kong. His mother, Grace Ho, hailed from a prosperous Eurasian family with roots in English, Chinese, and Dutch heritage. Only a few months after his birth, Bruce and his family returned to Hong Kong, where he spent his formative years. The Lee family enjoyed a comfortable life in Hong Kong, thanks to Lee Hoi-chuan's thriving career. Yet their circumstances took a severe turn during World War II when Hong Kong came under Japanese control from 1941 to 1945. The Lee family, like many others, endured severe hardships and scarcity during the occupation until Japan's surrender in 1945. After the war, as Hong Kong worked towards recovery, Lee's father resumed his career in opera. His fame provided the family certain advantages, including Bruce's admission to Sun School at age 12. However, Bruce found the academic environment challenging. His energetic and restless nature didn't mesh well with the school's expectations. After a few difficult years, his parents decided to move him to La Salle College and later to St. Francis Xavier's College, where they hoped he would find academic success. As a young teen, Bruce Lee often found himself in conflicts with local gangs. Concerned for his well-being, his parents thought he needed a firm hand and introduced him to Wing Chun Kung Fu taught by the esteemed master Yip Man. Bruce embraced martial arts with vigor, although his mixed heritage nearly halted his training from the start. At that time, it was common for Chinese masters to teach only those of pure Chinese descent. Bruce was only accepted into the class after a friend spoke on his behalf. Bruce's mixed ancestry became a problem again later during his training, as some students were reluctant to train with someone of part Caucasian descent. Despite these challenges, Bruce continued his lessons in private sessions with Yip Man and a select few, quickly mastering the skills. By 18, he was outmatching competitors in significant Hong Kong boxing tournaments. Despite his success in competitions, his street fights were a constant source of worry for his parents. Following a particularly fierce fight with a gang rival, His parents made the difficult decision to send him to the United States just shy of his 19th birthday. They hoped he would find better prospects and steer clear of legal troubles. Bruce initially moved to San Francisco, where his sister Agnes and other relatives had already settled before moving to Seattle to complete his high school education. Over the ensuing years, Bruce Lee dedicated himself to his education and martial arts, residing with friends and taking on various jobs in Seattle. He began teaching a unique form of Wing Chun that included elements from other martial arts he had learned. Among his early students were Jesse Glover, who would become his assistant instructor, and several judo enthusiasts introduced to him by his friend and mentor James Yim Lee. By 1961, Lee had opened his own martial arts school in Seattle and was studying philosophy and drama at the University of Washington. However, his commitment to teaching martial arts and evolving his own techniques, which would later be known as Jeet Kune Do, led him to drop out of university. In 1964, Bruce Lee showcased his martial arts prowess at the Long Beach International Karate Championships, where he demonstrated his now legendary one-inch punch. During this demonstration, Lee stood merely an inch away from volunteer Bob Baker and unleashed a potent punch that knocked Baker back into a chair, leaving him so sore that he was unable to work for the next few days. In a pivotal battle in San Francisco's Chinatown, Bruce Lee defeated Wong Jack Man, challenging norms by teaching martial arts to non-Chinese students, which showcased his inclusive philosophy and expertise. By the mid-60s, Lee's martial arts mastery and Jeet Kune Do philosophy attracted Hollywood's attention, leading to his iconic role as Kato in The Green Hornet in 1966, introducing American audiences to Hong Kong martial arts. His insistence on authentic Wing Chun techniques and his collaboration with stuntman Gene LaBelle highlighted his commitment to martial authenticity. After the show ended, Lee faced professional uncertainty, but founded the Junfan Gung Fu Institute, developing Jeet Kune Do, a fusion of various martial arts principles emphasizing adaptability and physical conditioning. This period marked the beginning of Lee's rise to stardom and laid the groundwork for his enduring legacy in martial arts and cinema. Bruce Lee, navigating Hollywood's landscape, connected with influential figures like screenwriter Sterling Siliphant, who was instrumental in Lee's early career, securing him roles as a fight choreographer and actor. His innovative martial arts choreography was featured in 1969's Marlowe and The Wrecking Crew, alongside TV appearances. Despite his talents, racial stereotypes in the industry limited his opportunities for leading roles. Collaborating with Siliphant and James Coburn on The Silent Flute script, Lee honed his filmmaking skills, though the project remained unproduced. Encouraged by producer Fred Weintraub in 1971 to seek opportunities in Hong Kong, Lee discovered his fame as Kato from The Green Hornet, propelling him to sign with Golden Harvest. His leading role in The Big Boss showcased his martial arts skill and philosophical depth, breaking box office records in Asia and catapulting him to stardom. Lee's follow-up, The Fist of Fury, depicted him as a martial arts student seeking vengeance, combining intense action, narrative depth, and Lee's own stunts, further establishing him as a box office sensation and a pioneering figure in martial arts cinema. In 1972, The Way of the Dragon marked Bruce Lee's full creative control, featuring his iconic duel with Chuck Norris, melding martial arts with deep storytelling. This film, Lee's most successful, established him as a martial arts legend. Following this, Lee's venture with Concord Production Inc. led to Enter the Dragon, 1973, his Hollywood debut and the first major kung fu film produced by Warner Brothers. Portraying a Shaolin monk on a covert mission, the film became a global hit, earning over $90 million and igniting a worldwide kung fu craze, further cementing Lee's legacy. Enjoyed our video? Please hit the like button. Your likes help our content reach more people on YouTube. However, the zenith of his career was marked by tragedy when Lee passed away at the age of 32, just days before the premiere of Enter the Dragon. Despite his brief career, Lee's impact was profound, introducing Chinese martial arts cinema to a global audience and innovating film choreography with new camera techniques and narrative depth. His philosophical insights, coupled with his martial arts prowess, left a lasting legacy. Lee's influence persisted posthumously, as seen in the release of Game of Death in 1978, which utilized unfinished material he had filmed supplemented by stand-ins and creative editing. In the decades following his death, Lee's martial arts philosophy and his thoughts on personal development garnered renewed interest, influencing not just martial artists, but a broader audience. His work bridged the cinematic worlds of Hong Kong and Hollywood, laying the groundwork for future stars and forever changing the landscape of action cinema. On a personal front, while at the University of Washington, Lee met Linda Emery, and despite the challenges posed by laws against interracial marriage at the time, they married secretly in 1964. They had 2 children, Brandon and Shannon. Despite his loving family life, Lee, like any individual, faced personal challenges, including infidelity. Linda heard rumors of his extramarital relationships, but chose to focus on their relationship rather than the gossip. On the day of Lee's death, he was with actress Betty Ting Pei, which sparked widespread speculation. Nevertheless, Linda publicly defended her husband's memory, emphasizing the depth of their relationship beyond the sensationalism, illustrating the complexity of their partnership amidst the challenges they faced. Linda's world was shattered by Bruce's unexpected death in 1973, attributed to an allergic reaction. Despite her profound loss, she dedicated herself to preserving his legacy, promoting Jeet Kune Do, and overseeing his estate. In 1975, she authored an intimate biography of Bruce, laying the groundwork for the 1993 movie Dragon: The Bruce Lee Story. Their son, Brandon, showed an early affinity for martial arts, learning from his father and being a fixture on his film sets. Aspiring to emulate Bruce, Brandon pursued an acting career, but his life was cut tragically short at 28 by a prop gun accident on the set of The Crow, a fate eerily reminiscent of his father's premature departure. Shannon, merely 4 at the time of her father's death, sought connection through Jeet Kune Do, studying under Bruce's disciples. Initially gravitating towards acting, she later embraced martial arts more fully, spearheading the Bruce Lee Foundation, continuing to champion her father's philosophy and martial arts legacy. With Linda now retired, Shannon, alongside her mother, remains dedicated to presenting Bruce Lee not just as a cinematic and martial arts icon, but as a man of deep thought, compassion, and familial devotion. The foundation welcomes new generations of fans, drawn not only to Bruce Lee's cinematic prowess and martial arts mastery, but also to his philosophical insights and the warmth of his personal life. This enduring effort counters the tragedy of his early loss, ensuring that Bruce's influence extends far beyond his filmography. Bruce Lee's death has spurred countless theories and speculations. Shannon, in her stewardship of his legacy, endeavors to clarify the truth of her father's untimely death. At his zenith in 1973, Bruce Lee collapsed at Betty Ting Pei's residence in Hong Kong after consuming a painkiller, leading to his death from cerebral edema. This tragedy has since been the subject of intense scrutiny and conjecture, with Shannon and the Lee family working to honor his memory while addressing the myriad myths surrounding his passing. The untimely death of Bruce Lee, a towering figure in his prime, immediately ignited a whirlwind of speculation and rumor. Stories of illicit romances, substance misuse, vendettas, and even ancient family curses proliferated, casting a shadow over Lee's legacy with sensational claims. Linda Lee, his widow, found herself in the unenviable position of having to counter salacious narratives that sought to undermine her husband's reputation. Enjoyed our video? Please hit the like button. Your likes help our content reach more people on YouTube. For Shannon Lee, who was only 4 years old at her father's passing, safeguarding his legacy has been a lifelong commitment. Initial misinformation from producer Raymond Chow, who claimed Bruce was with Linda on the night of his death, only fueled further speculation when it emerged that Bruce had actually been with actress Betty Ting Pei. This revelation led to rampant speculation about the nature of their relationship and even threats against Ting Pei, despite a lack of evidence to suggest they were romantically involved. Compounding the tragedy were allegations of drug overdose and spurred by the discovery of cannabis in Lee's system. Despite medical testimony discounting these substances as the cause of his death, rumors persisted, implicating harder drugs and further tarnishing Lee's image. At the heart of the tragedy was an allergic reaction to a painkiller, overshadowed by rampant conspiracy theories. These ranged from accusations against Ting Pei, suggesting she was a hit woman for the triads, to theories implicating Raymond Chow in a plot to gain control of their joint business ventures. Furthermore, some posited a curse afflicting the Lee family, linking the premature deaths of Bruce and his son Brandon to supernatural forces, despite the clear evidence to the contrary in Brandon's case. Shannon Lee finds it challenging to maintain her father Bruce Lee's legacy amidst persistent rumors and conspiracy theories about his death, even decades later. As the sole executor of his estate, she is committed to preserving his image and introducing his philosophy and martial arts prowess to new generations. Shannon vehemently denies the sensational rumors surrounding her father's unexpected death, choosing to remember him for his dynamic presence, his dedication, and his significant contributions to martial arts. Rather than dwelling on conspiracy theories, she focuses on sharing Bruce Lee's teachings, which she views as a valuable legacy for the world. Breaking years of silence in a recent tell-all interview, Shannon discussed how her father's innovative spirit and strong philosophical beliefs guided his life. She emphasized that Bruce Lee cultivated his mind as rigorously as his body, which she believes is why he symbolizes immense human potential. However, she expressed frustration with those in the film industry, particularly director Quentin Tarantino, who she feels misrepresented her father in the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by depicting him as arrogant and easily defeated in a fight, mischaracterizations that contradict Bruce Lee's real-life prowess and demean his legacy. Shannon also addressed and refuted the negative portrayals linking Bruce Lee to criminal activities and drug use, asserting that his death was due to an allergic reaction to pain medication, not the sensationalized causes propagated by some media outlets. She stressed that such misrepresentations are not only inaccurate, but deeply hurtful to her family. Determined to correct these misconceptions, Shannon continues to champion her father's true spirit, focusing on his philosophy, martial arts mastery, and the inspiration he still provides. As the custodian of his narrative, she is dedicated to ensuring Bruce Lee is remembered for his true accomplishments and enduring influence on martial arts and beyond. As we wrap up this eye-opening journey into the life of Bruce Lee, as revealed by his daughter Shannon, it's clear that the legend of Bruce Lee isn't just about his kicks and punches. It's a story of resilience, of breaking barriers, and of a philosophy that transcends martial arts itself. Shannon Lee has peeled back layers of mystery to reveal the human side of her father, reminding us that behind the legend was a man of deep thought, immense dedication, and, like all of us, complexities and challenges. The life of Bruce Lee teaches us that greatness comes with its own set of battles, both in the limelight and in the shadows. It's a reminder that our heroes are human, facing struggles we can relate to and overcome. With the same spirit of determination and integrity, now we turn the floor over to you. Are you moved by the revelations about Bruce Lee? Do you see him in a new light? Please, share your thoughts and hit us with a B in the comments if you're a fan of Bruce Lee's enduring legacy. And if you found today's video as shocking and enlightening as we did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Iconic Inside for more deep dives into the lives of your favorite icons. Your support helps us bring these untold stories to light, exploring the truths that make our heroes truly iconic. Until next time, keep seeking the truth behind the legend.